Okay, here I am with I was going to be my top 3 Tomb Raider games of all time. I went through the collection and it's going to be my top 5 Tomb Raider games of all time. But before we do that, let's start off with the game that nearly killed off the series, Lara Croft, Tomb Raider, Angel of Darkness. Now, this game was an absolute mess when it came out. I remember they showed it at one of the trade shows a year before release. It got so much negative feedback that I think it was Core Design went back and redid this game, and even when they redid it, it was still released as a complete mess. It didn't feel like a Tomb Raider game. To me, they were trying to emulate maybe the Resident Evil series or some other genre. Consequently, Core Design, that was it for them. They weren't allowed to make another Tomb Raider game. It went over to Crystal Dynamics. Toby Gard, I think his name was, the guy that created Lara Croft, went on as a creative consultant for that game. But this one was the game that nearly killed off the series. Core Design was making a Tomb Raider game every year after the first one, so they definitely got burnt out by the time this one was released. And like I said, this was the first game by Crystal Dynamics. Toby Gard was brought on as the creative consultant on this game. Tomb Raider Legend, it is a very short game, but it kind of restored faith for us gamers, especially us fans of Tomb Raider, that it was in good hands with Crystal Dynamics. I did enjoy this game a lot, and it wasn't until I think the next game, I don't know if they did Anniversary after this one, but I didn't like Anniversary at all. But this is a great game. It was released on pretty much every system, including the PlayStation Portable. So coming in at that, so this is number 5. Coming in number 4 is Tomb Raider Underworld. This really does feel like a full-on adventure game, whereas Legend was just like mini levels as far as I'm concerned. So this has a great story based on the Nordic mythology. It did feel like a really great Tomb Raider game, so I did enjoy this one so much. So coming in at number 3 is Tomb Raider. This is the reboot of the series. It goes back to when Lara is younger, her first adventure. This does feel more like a Uncharted game. There's a lot of gunplay in this game. But that's okay. It works really well, and just to go back and reboot this series was a fresh and new idea, and I do enjoy this game a lot. I played it on the PlayStation 4, and I've also played through it on the Xbox One, so it was really good. Coming at number 2 now, this was a game that I was really wanting to see happen for a long time. We had, since the inception of the Tomb Raider series, I had always wanted to see a Tomb Raider game based in Egypt, and with the Last Revelation, we got that. This was released on the PlayStation, but I picked it up on the Dreamcast because I knew the graphics were going to be way better, and it was just a lot of fun playing an entire Tomb Raider game in Egypt. So that's why it's coming at number 2. And of course, coming at number 1 would have to be, of course, the original Tomb Raider. I first played it on the Sega Saturn because I think Sega had a deal here in Australia and in Europe to have like a 6-month exclusive rights to have this game on their system exclusively for 6 months. It played really good on the Sega Saturn. When I got it on the PlayStation, it just made the Saturn version look really pale in comparison. I played this game so much, and there were so many times in this game where I thought I was at the end of the game, but there was another level, then another level. This game, it was huge back in the day, so I remember when Mario 64 was released, I was kind of hoping for that kind of experience. But Mario 64 really disappointed me, where you played the same level over, just doing different tasks. Because of this game being so open, the worlds were vast, and the environments were just amazing and the gameplay was great. I kind of went off the N64 because of Tomb Raider. I wanted more of this kind of experience in games, and I remember in the earlier levels in this game, swimming through the water, that was really cool. And then there was one level where I jumped in the water, start swimming, and I was getting attacked by a crocodile, and I remember screaming out loud. I didn't expect that to happen, and every time after that there was any place I needed to go in water, I was actually scared to jump in the water. I would jump in and hop back up as soon as I saw a crocodile and just try and kill him before I went in the water. But this game was really vast. It was groundbreaking back in the day, and I do remember seeing it in magazines like the year before, how it was touting it as, you know, the female version of Indiana Jones, and it sure was. I mean, Lara Croft appeared everywhere after that, in U2 concerts as well. So that's just goes to show you that back then she was a phenomenon in the popular culture. She was modeling for different fashion labels, like in this statue here, different magazines. It was, you know, they even gave her her birthdays on Valentine's Day. So to me, this is, to this day, the best Tomb Raider game. Yeah, they had the anniversary edition released on the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360, but it just didn't feel like what this game achieved back all those years ago. So that's why it's my favorite Tomb Raider game of all time. So that's it, guys. That's my top 5 Tomb Raider games. So thanks very much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you again next time. Bye.